What's going on, guys? Welcome to the video. Today I got a simple brisket experiment for you. I got two briskets here. One's a choice grade from my local Meijers, and the one is a prime grade from Mr. Brisket. And the test is simple today. Is it worth spending the extra money for the prime grade? Does it yield better results? How much better does it really taste than this choice grade? And we're gonna find that out. We're gonna test how it tastes, tenderness, all that later on in the video. But what I have here is, these are two 9-pound, well, they were 9-pound before I turned them up. And as you can see, there is definitely a difference between the two pieces. The prime is definitely a lot darker in color, and it has a lot more fat in between the meat. And that fat is what's really gonna make that tender, juicy bite. But how much of a difference does it really make? And that's kind of what I wanna find out today. So I have these seasoned up, smoker's fired up, so I'm gonna get these things outside and get them on, and we'll start cooking. It's gonna take about 6 to 8 hours for this bark to really build and set. I don't think there's gonna be a huge difference between the briskets as far as the bark goes, but I'll show you guys what it's looking like when I'm ready to wrap. As expected, the bark looks beautiful on both briskets. The bark is set. Let me get some butcher paper and get these things wrapped up. So these briskets are just about done. The prime one is probing nice and tender. Choice brisket probably has another 30 to 40 minutes, but it's not too far behind. What I'm gonna do is I'm also going to be resting these briskets overnight. If you can, you definitely wanna give your brisket a long rest if possible. It's just gonna give you the best opportunity for the best possible bite. So we're gonna be resting these overnight. I'll put a link in the description on how I rest briskets for a long period of time. But we'll get these things off, let them rest overnight, and then we'll cut into them tomorrow. Compare them and see how the difference is, and I'll let you know what I think. But we'll see you tomorrow. So it's the next morning, and I got both briskets here. They've been resting overnight, and I'm gonna get these things unwrapped. For first, I just want to see how they feel. So I got the see if there's any difference between the feel. This is the choice one. Not a whole lot of bend there. Yeah, this prime one definitely feels a lot more prime. So this is the choice brisket, and as expected, it's not going to be overly tender. Definitely feels pretty good for a choice brisket. These are flats. There's not a ton of fat in there to begin with, but it does feel pretty good. The prime, on the other hand, you can tell it's almost about to give way. It's very tender, it's very soft. It's ready to go. It's prime for cutting for sure. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to give one good slice down the middle on each of these, and I'll show you how tender they are. Show you what they look like up close, and then I'll do a taste test, and I'll give you my feedback. As you can see, guys, both briskets turned out really good. The choice brisket and the prime brisket were very tender. They both taste very similar. I would say the prime tastes a little bit more richer in flavor. That's going to be due to the fat itself. But phenomenal bite for both. Very impressed with this choice brisket. I would say one of the bigger lessons here is you can still cook a good choice brisket if you take your time with it. You got to be a little bit more precise with the temperatures and resting and all that piece. You get a little bit more forgiveness when you're cooking a prime. There's more fat in there, which is going to give you more forgiveness on the cook. But if you're, the difference between costs on these, this is about $40 cheaper than the prime. Now, obviously, if you don't cook briskets all the time and you want to make sure you get the best possible bite, this is buying the prime is definitely going to guarantee that. I wouldn't say guarantee, but it's going to make it a lot easier for you to cook the brisket to be solid all the way up and down the whole brisket. Now, I haven't cut down the whole brisket and see what all these pieces look like, but I can tell just by cutting that first piece, the fat was rendered out, and it was to be that tender. The rest of the brisket should be fine. Bottom line here is, you can still produce a wonderful, wonderful brisket, choice brisket. You just need to take your time a little bit more. But if you got the extra money, I would definitely spend it on the prime for sure. It definitely has a little bit more richer taste and flavor. But I mean, you have to determine if it's worth to spend the extra money. I like spending the extra money on the prime just because I want to make sure. I don't cook brisket every day, and when I cook it, I want to make sure it's a really good bite. But hopefully this helps you out if you're trying to determine what kind of grade you want to buy. I got this from Mr. Brisket, this prime grade. They do ship across the U.S., so I can put a link in the description in case you wanted to order from them. They always have phenomenal cuts of various meats that I've never really had a bad cut from them. So again, hope this helps you out. I appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you in the next video.